Today we're going to get into the S.E.C's proposed custody rule and how it's going to affect fund managers, family offices, and RIAs as financial products become tokenized in the future. What did the S.E.C stipulate, and what is the proposed custody rule or the changes that they've made? Basically, anybody that is managing funds or securities on behalf of clients is going to have to hold those securities or funds with a qualified custodian. So we at Digital Ascension Group, we are a family office service provider. We work with clients with digital assets. And so this is very relevant for us. We have a qualified custody account for our clients with PolySign standard custody. They custody digital assets. We have an account with them, and then segregated vaults for our clients underneath that. And the functionality that they provide, I think, is going to be paramount in the future when this rule is implemented across all of the financial products. And especially as financial products become tokenized, it's going to become extremely relevant. So another custody provider that also does this exact same thing for digital assets at this time is Anchorage. This has come about because of all the things that occurred at the end of 2022 last year. When FTX went down, they lost $8 billion worth of clients' assets. They did not separate custody from all the other financial products that they were offering, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. And so there's implications for that, and people want regulation to be brought in to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And the traditional financial realm has this right. Like BNY Mellon is one of the largest custodians, and they also offer ancillary financial products separate of the custody, but those things are separated. You have custody and then financial products. They don't commingle clients' funds. They don't have omnibus accounts. And so that's one of the things that traditional finance has gotten right, and it will make its way into digital assets. So what does that look like for the regular person, and why does it matter? Well, an RIA would be a registered investment advisor. Most people have a money guy they work with, a wealth manager or a certified financial planner, somebody that they have their portfolio with, their IRAs or 401ks, their annuities, their insurance. You go to that person and they help you, manage your finances and your investments. In the future, as these products become tokenized, they'll have to be held with qualified custodian. And the security around that is really the main component, right? So with digital assets, you have keys. Those keys can be stolen, they can be phished, they can be hacked. We've seen all of those things happen. And so the new compliance and regulations that are moving in also have very stringent security standards that go along with those. Anchorage and PolySign both have robust security protocols that remove, PolySign in particular has robust security protocols that remove human interaction in those transaction processes. It's fully automated, all done machine to machine. The machines are in level 4 security facilities, and keys are sharded, broken apart, and then the shards are held in different hardware security modules in those level 4 facilities, whereas the majority of custody providers for digital assets at this time, they have somebody that goes in to a level 4 facility at the end of the day around 4 p.m., and they'll go and they have a cold wallet that's held there, and they'll execute the transactions on behalf of their client. Still involves human error, still involves an individual looking at the keys associated with those clients' wallet with standard custody's protocol. None of that happens. Like I said, it's all machine to machine, so that's why they're also able to command insurance and all the other wonderful things that we have for our clients there. So some of the other things that will be coming down the pike right now, if you want to execute a trade for something that's been tokenized, a digital asset, you're going to have to send that asset from the cold storage or qualified custody to an exchange to be able to make that transaction. With standard custody, they have an escrow function that allows you to lock whatever that is, the digital asset or the tokenized security, in the wallet that's held on behalf of the client or the vault, and then issue a trade line onto another exchange to be able to execute a transaction. There's other people that are developing products like this. Copper is one of those, and they're a standalone solution that they provide within the suite of their software products to others that custody digital assets, where they provide this functionality. Copper Clear Loop was one of the solutions, and I believe that they have another one that does the same thing as well. I'm sure Fireblocks will probably be close behind them with something, because this is the way that things are going to go. You're going to work with somebody that holds your tokenized securities or funds with a qualified custodian. They're going to be in a very secure wallet or vault, and in order to transact with those assets won't ever leave the qualified custodian or the vault. They'll stay in there with the insurance. They'll issue a trade line onto another platform to be able to execute a trade or transaction. And then those, your asset that's been escrowed and whatever you traded for will atomically settle and be swapped without having to trust the other party that you're transacting with. And then you don't ever risk your assets. They're never left out in the cold or away from your vault outside of, qualified custody. They remain there the entire time. And it's just a much more secure way to transact with clients' funds. So again, this is going to be RIAs, hedge funds, venture capital, anybody that's family offices, obviously, anybody that's managing funds on behalf of somebody else or has clients. You're probably going to have to succumb to this rule. And again, as securities become tokenized and other financial products become tokenized, they'll also likely be transacted in this manner, which is a benefit, right? And I think that BNY Mellon, being one of the largest custodians, like I mentioned before, are probably privy to this and working with certain people to make sure that they are first in line to be able to have access to this type of custody service for their clients. Again, as things become tokenized, they'll need that functionality, the wallet functionality, the escrow functionality, and other proprietary protocols that would allow them to transact within full compliance and regulation.